Hello everyone. So I want to do this video that is related to the post I made on the forum about the upcoming update. I mean the dev chat on the Pirates forum about the Golden School um, update rework. And so I want to do a quick breakdown on the art I've been posting. Um, And so yeah, so this is the final art. So I just want to explain a few things about the art. Then we'll be moving to Blender and After Effects for some of these elements. Um, so I'd just like to point out that I didn't use any AI at any part of the process um, on this art, and you can just see that by some elements that we see, especially on the ends, which are low poly ends. Um, so yeah, so let me just explain. So this character is a character that a friend of mine, which is a 3D artist, and that we did. I mean, a few time ago. Um, and we'll see that on Blender, but it was inspired by a Piracy character. And so my goal on this art was to make a bridge between two elements that Highway explained on the post about the BPs and the school, um, and the relationship with the queen that you have to defeat in order to have access to the school blueprints. And so my idea here was to make this bridge between these three elements because in the update, without school, you cannot have you cannot build school BPs. And so to gain this object, you have to defeat the queen. So I used one of the cinematic shots on the game because as players we identify the queen on the Mantis Hive. So I find it that just to put the hive was explaining that there is a queen on it. And so yeah, so that's basically it. So you have these two objects that are related the to the queen. Of course, you can obtain the scroll by doing um, ratas and doing PvP, doing PV, and to destroy enemies. And I've also choose to use these two glow effects because this yellow color is inspired by the Raven Dynamics colors, and the blue one is the one that I feel like it's representing the space. And then we have another flare effect behind it, behind the character, to just showcase how important is also the character that is carrying these two objects that are going to be very valuable after the update. And yeah, we also have the dev chat um, title with the PG logo. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. I also did two other formats. So this is the banner on the forum, and this is the thread size image. And so let's jump into Blender for our next part, where we'll be viewing how the character is made and how the objects are in Blender. All right, so now we are inside of Blender, um, and so I just want to show you also the character. And so this character is inspired by a piracy character that we see on the mission panel. I will put a small image so you can um, understand which character I'm speaking about. And so basically, when we look at the model, um, there are a few things that we invented because we we only had you know the helmet of the character and a little bit of the torso. So we had to create and imagine how the character would look. We also inspired by Natasha Ivanova, the 3D pictures we have on the press kit of PG. So if we go into the shading part, um, we can find the small elements that we also found on the image. So there are the small bandana behind the helmet because it's a pirate. It's a pirate. We also have the scroll heads, and yeah, that's basically it. We do have. I mean, I did a raid version. Oops, I did a raid version, which I'm not very satisfied with. But I mean, it's still working a little bit. It's just a bit tricky, so we can just move um, the hands and everything that we need. Um, and so yeah, that's basically it for the character itself. And then we will go through how I rendered this character on Octane Blender. So now we are in Octane Blender. As this is the file I used to render my character with the items. So we have the BP and we have the scroll. And so the scroll is a model that Player made a few years ago for a PG fan website that he didn't finish. So I just took his tool with his permission, of course, and I just rewrote it a little bit. I just made some final touches on it. And so basically, as you can see, this arm is a little bit messy. So what I did on my final keyframe is I just copied this arm and I've just put it in here. And this way we have two clean arms. And so yeah, let's just go into the viewport shading just to check the lightning environment. And so I think that was the one I did to render the scroll. But basically, if you just go in here on the board, let's just go into the front 5. And let's also put like so. And so basically, what I did is I used two below lights that we can see on the final keyframe. I used two below lights and another one that is in the front, which is really low here. I made this on purpose to not have too much lighting. Then we have one at the back just to add more light. And if I just go on this one, let's put it's animation. Yeah, I think we have to put a little bit more. Yeah, this way, just so you can get a clear view of what's happening. So basically, we have the blue light here, and we also have one here which is not showing because I used light with too much power on it. But basically what I did is that for a character I did one lighting environment render, then for the objects I did another one environment lighting render, and this one was for the BP. And so I just rendered my school, my BP, and my character in 3 different files. This way I could, add my little flare and highlights effect on the final keyframe. So yeah, that's basically it for Blender. So we have the the bones of the character that allow us to move it a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it. Um, and of course, um, I had to move the base materials to Octane materials because Octane has its own nodes inside of Blender. But yeah, basically that's what I did for the character render, and now we are going to check about the flare inside of After Effects. All right, so now we are in After Effects for the flares that I've been using on this art. And so I just want to do a quick breakdown on the plugins I use on After Effects to do that. So I just wanted to show you quickly what I did here is I basically I used the Saber, which is a free plugin from Video Copilot, which is a company that you know made a lot of plugins inside of After Effects, and also they've been working with Hollywood movies to do some VFX. So basically here, I'm going to show you with a new comp. I'm going to just put it into, yeah. Right. So basically, what to do, I'm going to add a new solid, which I'm going to layer, and I'm using also a plugin that allows you to find your effects quickly. I'm just going to add an optical flares effect. So this is the Saber effect that allows you to have some lines or anything you want that I'm doing also to show you. But first of all, I want to show you the flare plugin from Video Copilot also. So this one is, you have to buy it basically. And so these plugins allow you to have anamorphic, they used anamorphic lenses of I think it's Torchlight, and I've been using. And so basically it allows you to have your own layer effect. So let's say that I want to rotate this way, I want to rotate this way, I want to rotate this one this way, and just to add a glow effect. And I can also change my lightning if I want to. Let's put it this way. And so basically this allows you to have this nice flare effect that you can customize the way you want them to be on your final image. So you can also render them in transparency directly, but I don't recommend you to do that. I recommend you to use the fusion mode on Photoshop, so to do a render with a black background, to have fully control of the image on Photoshop. And of course you have a lot of presets. Oops, I don't have them here, I don't know why, but you have a lot of presets. I think I didn't add them, but that's fine. But yeah, you can basically just do any layer you want to do. You can also change the brightness, the scale of it. You can also make a quick animation of it. So I don't know, let me make it this way. Just make it move. I don't know if you want to. I don't know. Let's make it a little bit this way. Yeah, just make something that moves a little bit with the brightness that moves also. And let's just add a wiggle effect. I don't know. Let's put that And yeah, it's going to, I don't know if it's going to move, but maybe let's put um, this way. I think. Yeah. So it's a bit of flickering effect, but I think that's good. But yeah, you're free to do whatever you want inside of After Effects. And then we have another effect that is I showed you before, which is the saber effect. And this one is, I mean, I love this one because it's free. And basically, you have a lot of a tone of effects. Let's say you have a fire effect. I don't know, you have. This one, it looks pretty great, yeah. It's fully animated, so it's procedural animated. And you can, create your own shapes. Let's say I want to do something like that. And if you change your core to layer mask, as you can see, you have this nice effect now applied to your mask. And so this is basically what I did to get this circle flare effect. And you can change the end size. So let's say that I want yeah, this way. Let's say that, let me put that at 200 and 200. Let's say I want to do a quick animation. So I need to set this to 0. And let's make it to quarter. So now, as you can see, I can make things animated. So I just want to make my text appear, or I can also make it disappear, which is going to be 0 to 100. Yeah, so basically you can do whatever you want. So I do have a lot of keyframes now, so I think the plugin is losing his mind. Yeah, that should be this one. Yeah. And so yeah, basically you can do whatever you want. You can change the lightning, you can change the low intensity, you can change the effect, and add a neon effect or a tesseract effect. And you can basically do that for everything that you need for, I don't know, your intro, your outro, or anything you need. And this is free. And this is a free plugin that you can use right now. And I think it's working in any version. So yeah, that's basically all the tools I've used to make the school update banner on the Prague RC forum.